Extreme MAGA Republicans have a choice. We can either engage in a bipartisan partnership. MAGA Republicans can engage in political stunts.
House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries has recently gained fame for his sharp critiques of Republicans in Congress. In his latest press conference, he elevated his rhetoric, targeting MAGA politicians for being lazy, unintelligent, and blindly loyal to Trump. Jeffries specifically called out Marjorie Taylor Greene, labeling her as the most obsessed of them all. For 30 minutes, Jeffries delivered a fiery speech filled with facts, holding nothing back. His takedown of the MAGA crowd was both hilarious and brutal. Today, we'll highlight the best moments from his speech that had everyone talking.
Majority has unnecessarily decided to engage in political stunts and gamesmanship by marking up appropriations bills that have zero chance of becoming law.
Jeffries echoed sentiments previously hinted at by Jamie Raskin during a recent congressional vote. Raskin caught some MAGA Republicans red-handed. Instead of attending the vote and doing their job, they chose to fly to New York to support Trump in his trial. And what was Trump on trial for? Allegedly sleeping with a porn star and paying her hush money. Talk about misplaced priorities.
Regionally scheduled performance was supposed to be at 11 a.m. today, but it was postponed when members of the majority chose to join a mass spiritual pilgrimage to the New York criminal trial of a Florida man, an adjudicated fraudster and rapist, as he faces 34 felony counts.
On that day, they had the opportunity to actually do something for the people who elected them, but instead, they chose to kiss up and be lapdogs to a disgraced ex-president. It's as if they have no shame. But hey, at least they got a trip to New York out of it, right?
Says, jump, you say how high, or show up at the courthouse all wearing the same red tie uniform.
When it comes to pushing bills and initiatives that have zero chance of success, MAGA Republicans are masters at it. Naturally, they couldn't resist bringing up their favorite topic, Biden's impeachment. It's like they're stuck in a loop, always reverting to the same old song and dance.
We only have June, July, and September before the election. We're not here in August and October. So let's just put it on the calendar. Pick a month. We're available. We were available at 11 a.m. You guys weren't.
Some Republicans have been itching to impeach Biden, but they couldn't even agree on the grounds. Some argued it should be for his handling of immigration at the U.S.-Mexico border, while others pointed to his response to the COVID-19 pandemic. However, all they've really been doing is squabbling among themselves because they can't come up with any solid reasons. Meanwhile, Biden is probably sitting in the Oval Office, sipping his morning coffee, and chuckling at the spectacle.
Hold on, I'll give you choices. Ready? June. July. How about September? Okay, so we're never going to schedule this thing. It's never going to happen. He's sending out more subpoenas because he has no evidence. Okay, and yet here we go around and around and around. And so we get it. You'll raise money off of it. Congratulations to you.
Raskin couldn't help but remark that the whole impeachment effort was a scam, literally a comedy show paid for by millions of taxpayer dollars and adding nothing to the matter at hand. It's the kind of absurdity that leaves you scratching your head, wondering how on earth we got here.
An avowedly low-budget but multi-million-dollar taxpayer-funded production, which most Americans assumed had ended 2 months ago and had completely forgotten about. But tonight, with the cast and crew now fresh back from a surprise...
You mean like the January 6th committee?
I'd like my time restored to me, Mr. Chairman.
Jamie Raskin didn't mince words when he took aim at the impeachment proceedings, likening them to a colossal waste of taxpayer dollars. And what did we get in return? A laughably bad comedy show that did absolutely nothing to address the real issues at hand. It's like paying top dollar for a front row seat at the worst show in town. Except this time, the joke's on us.
Changing and other unnecessary and extreme efforts that are all dead on arrival. What are we doing it for?
But Jeffries really honed in on the biggest troublemaker for MAGA, who seems to stir up trouble every single day. None other than Marjorie Taylor Greene. It's no secret that MTG has proven herself to be a trash-talking, intellectually challenged, shockingly shameless, and politically attention-seeking Barbie doll for whom no conspiracy theory is too wild to embrace. She recently made headlines for defending Putin and opposing support for Ukraine. It's like she's always ready to dive headfirst into the wildest controversies, making her the queen of chaos in the political realm. With her, you never know what outrageous stunt she'll pull next.
The pro-Putin Republicans, led by Marjorie Taylor Greene, who wanted to destroy freedom and democracy throughout the world in the context of defunding the Ukrainian war effort.
Greene, a member of the far-right faction in the House of Representatives, is a staunch opponent of sending any funds to Ukraine. The Georgia representative downplayed the impact of the Russo-Ukrainian war, stating that Russian President Vladimir Putin never said he would invade other parts of Europe, so the USA shouldn't get involved. It's like she's living in a parallel universe where logic takes a back seat and conspiracy theories run the show. But hey, at least she's consistent in her outlandish beliefs.
Is a pro-Putin propaganda spewing performance artist. She has no desire to get things done for the American people in the United States Congress. And the Republicans have no capacity to get her under control.
Every time that blonde loudmouth with crazy eyes, Marjorie Taylor Greene, opens her big loud mouth, I feel like some of my brain cells are spontaneously dying. She literally has zero empathy. It's like she's allergic to understanding other people's feelings.
Vladimir Putin has not said he wants to go march across Europe and take Europe. And the reality is Ukraine is not even a NATO member nation. The only country that for some weird, sick and evil reason that they care about.
Greene has a knack for those moments where you just can't help but shake your head. Plenty of times, she's suggested that the 9/11 attacks were part of a government conspiracy and that no plane actually hit the Pentagon. She's also claimed that Bill and Hillary Clinton were behind the deaths of political rivals, including JFK Jr. in a plane crash. It's like she's got a whole library of wild conspiracy theories stored up there.
Can you tell me why so many people that support Donald Trump love conspiracy theories, including yourself? He seems to attract lots of conspiracy theorists.
Well, let me tell you, you're a conspiracy theorist, and the left and the media spreads more
Perhaps the wildest conspiracy theory she's ever floated was when she said that, wait for it, wildfires in California could have been caused by a space laser controlled by a Jewish cabal, including the Rothschild banking firm. When asked about it later, she was too embarrassed to admit she ever believed it.
We like the truth. We like supporting our Constitution, our freedoms, and America first. So,
What about Jewish space lasers? Tell us about Jewish space.
no, why don't you go talk about Jewish space lasers? And really, why don't you fuck off? How about that?
Thanks, thank you very much.
In fact, the full list of jaw-droppingly idiotic comments and beliefs from Taylor Greene is so long that there's literally not enough time to list them all. What's astonishing is that none of it has stopped her rise to become one of the most influential voices in the Republican Party and one of the most dangerous. But seriously, how does she keep getting away with this stuff? It's a mystery for the ages. While the ongoing GOP civil war rages, House Democrats had to save the extreme MAGA Republicans from Marjorie Taylor Greene because they can't control her. It's true, MTG is just unstoppable. What she pulls off in Congress is mind-boggling. Perhaps the most terrifying thing is that she can attack another woman's appearance, be a complete racist, and insult a black woman for how she looks. It's like she doesn't have a mirror at home and doesn't realize she has a lot to work on herself. It's like she's living in her own little reality show where she's the star and everyone else is just background noise. But seriously, someone needs to give her a reality check ASAP.
Do you know what we're here for? You know we're here.
I don't know if you know what you're here for.
Well, you the one talking about.
I think your fake eyelashes are messing up.
No, ain't nothing. Hold on. Listen,